Some of what you're going to learn tonight and discover for yourself, because you don't have to listen to me all night, is going to stick with you the rest of your life. That's a pretty powerful promise for 3 hours and a little bit. We can all take a little piece of our job and trade it with someone that it suits better, but the big chunk of our job should probably fit to our personality. And I could never figure out, I would see 6 to 8 clients a day. One customer would go, yeah, got to have that, but only if we can get it done in the next 20 minutes. And the next customer would come in and he'd want 4 or 5 brochures and he'd be going, I'll call you back in a week. Boy, did I used to beat myself up. In relationships, opposites attract. Consciously or unconsciously, we look to others for things we don't have. At work, I used to always think, if everybody just had the same work ethic as me, the same way of organizing stuff or not organizing, we'd get along a lot better. So just think about a simple word like the word honest, right? And how different interpretations that is for different colors. When you go to Safeway, we talked about green people, they're, thinking about how to... Orange people will dump their stuff and just go. I don't have time for this, I'll get it some other time, right? Things get justified pretty easily. Golds will stand in the lineup and go, I plan to be here for 15 minutes. It's been 20 minutes already and this lineup ain't moving, right? And blue people, you're going, I feel so sorry for that clerk. Can't they get it? Companies know how to market to personality types, just like Hollywood knows about personality types when you watch certain movies. Used to advertise based on demographics. You want to advertise to 70-year-olds, 60-year-olds, you advertise on 60 Minutes. Now it's based on psychographics, which is personalities. Mountain biking yuppies that drive a big honking SUV, you're advertising to orange people. Like a rock, totally words that speak to you. Green people and gold people tend to spend their energy on others. Giving, helping, serving, doing stuff, right? They tend to want to charge their batteries up by being alone. They get their charge by spending some time alone. Blue people and orange people get their energy from other people. Being around others is an energy getter. It's a bummer and a downer being alone. So they get energy by being with others. Parties at work. There's a huge difference between living your life in your head and your heart. That 14-inch trip is the longest trip in life. Blue people, it's all in your heart. Green people, it's all about logic. This is the glue that normally keeps an office together. Orange, have you guys got time for small talk? Yeah, you got 2 minutes for the guy. Steve's going, get on with it. You guys like small talk, Shannon? You're people of few words in general, right? You guys have time for small talk? No, get on with it, right? Only if it's on the list. Blue people have an incredible sense of intuition. You can only use that intuition when you've had a chance to communicate with someone. How many times, though, have you gone into a store, whether it's a CD or clothing or something like that, and you've kind of gotten halfway through purchasing, and you just start feeling wrong? You carry through with the purchase, or you back out? Back out? Yeah, and for lots of blues, they'll carry through just because they don't want to offend anybody, right? I'd rather, you've got stuff at home you've never worn because you didn't want to make somebody mad. You finish buying it and then just, or you return it the next day when a different clerk's working.
Yeah. You still feel bad.
You still feel bad, yeah. Was she trying to speak your language? Was she phony or honest? Phony. Would you guys even go to look for a car by yourself? No. You need someone to be the bad guy. This is your largest source of referrals, because how they live their life in their heart is how their friends are too, right? They want to deal, insurance places, financial institutions, where someone cares about people more than cares about paperwork. Because it's all about me. Some of you guys are so good, you've learned to beat yourself up over the tiniest things for 3 days. These people know how to dust themselves off and not look in the rearview mirror. Some of you guys, the rearview mirror is a little larger than the windshield. But orange, yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Let's do it. Leaders, yeah, are you leaders because of credibility or leaders just because you start walking and other people are just going to follow? Yeah, they're people magnets. So if a green person gives you a total analytical answer,
It just takes so long. I tune them out.
okay, are you interested in any answer that's more than a sentence?
No, not really. You're on the go. I'm just relating to my husband. Whenever I'll ask him something, they'll just give me this whole explanation.
Oh, so he's high green.
Oh.
Well, we're back to the opposites attract, and it's only been an hour. Yeah. So it's like, tell me what time it is, not how the watch was made. Would you buy a car from Tom? No. Not in God's green earth. Now, here's going to be a problem. I don't want them standing behind me. They're going to want to defend themselves. So when you start hammering on what was wrong with it, they're going to start giving you excuses because it's all about winning. You couldn't hire a green person and stick them into a specific job, they'd wither. They need to know the entire... Where does it start? How does it work? Where does it end? And then tell me how I fit into it. Quite different than some other color groups, but Gold people invented agendas. Let's talk about this, make a decision, move on. Talk about this, make a decision, move on. And at the bottom of the agenda, it tells you when you're supposed to be done so things stay on track. Orange is very receptive to new information. Something better comes along, we'll try this, we'll try that. Green, same thing. They're perfectly fine with the process until they know there's a better way. Gold people tend to view things in terms of right or wrong, black or white. Right? Things are right or wrong, black or white. Because there's safety staying inside the lines, isn't there? Try, test it, and true, sticking with what works. And Tommy beat me to the punchline. Why would I order something different when I know it tastes good and I know Olive Garden will look after me? Right? When you try something different, when you venture out of your comfort zone, you're disappointed, you're hammered, you're getting... Yeah. This is the largest group. Don't ever tell gold people that they have to. Give them choices, right? Don't nail a gold person in the corner and say, you have to. That gets you back up, doesn't it? But you always just assume other people aren't going to come through. And that's the key to the service industry for gold people. Under-promise, over-deliver. If a service department says it'll be ready at 3, and they call it better be, right, because your day is worked around it, isn't it?
Exactly.
If the service department calls you at 1 o'clock and says it's ready early, what would that be like?
Woohoo.
You'd have a heart attack.
Made my day.
Has it ever happened? But someone just lost a 400 grand because they couldn't speak orange. Salespeople, PBs, salespeople, tellers cross-selling, car salesmen miss so much business not being in tune to speaking the language of your clients. There's also a lot of stuff on the website. Look at the website page. There's a lot of information. So I hope you had a little bit of fun. I know we took a long day and made it even longer.